Hey Justin, how's the first week gone for you guys up front on the D-line?
Pretty good. It's good to get back on the field with everybody, and then just to get going with the freshman guy, with the new guys again, and just to try to rebuild off of last year.
What's it like replacing Bain and Mesidor?
Bain and Mesidor were great players, but right now everybody's stepping up. Mondo, Keese, me, Quez, even the freshmen. You got Chu, Keyshawn. Everybody just stepping up.
What seems out about Damon Wilson, the Missouri transfer?
Yeah, Damon. He loves ball. He's one of those guys who just loves ball. You can just tell just with his approach, just to practice and just every day.
And what have you been working on the most, since last season ended?
Really just being consistent. Just being able to do the same thing every day, every second of the game, really.
What do you think you were able to show last season, your first real extended playing time? What do you think you were able to show as a regular on the D-line?
Just that I can get off the ball. I can kind of wreak havoc at times, so yeah.
Watching the way those two guys played, just the effort, the ferocity, whatever word you want to use, and then seeing them get the results out of it that they're getting.
Yeah.
How does that motivate you guys as you go into now you're kind of like going into the middle stage of your career a little bit?
You mean Bain and Keem?
Yeah. You're watching just how hard they play, how hard they work.
Yeah.
And what they got out of it, likely first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
How does that motivate you younger guys to now you're getting to the middle of your career, just taking that up a notch?
It motivates me a lot, especially with them gone now. It's kind of like it's on me to hold the standard for the young guys. So kind of just remembering, what they did for me and how they led, and kind of just taking the same thing they're doing and doing it myself. Especially like being with them all the time, during summer workouts, spring, everything. I kind of already seen it that they was gonna get everything that they wanted, just by the way they worked.
Getting a chance to face some of the up echelon teams in that playoff run you guys got done, did it reveal anything for you? Did it affect your process? Like, how did you actually take that in?
I kind of just approach every game the same. Because I feel like that's just just keep the game simple, and you're gonna be all right. As soon as you start overthinking, that's kind of when things get a little iffy. But just keeping the game simple. So yeah.
Have you seen some of the younger guys come along? I mean, guys who are going for the second year, like Micah or Keyshawn, or have you seen those kind of younger guys grow a little bit?
Every day they're getting better. Just as far as footwork, striking, pad level. Every day they're getting better at one thing. So just seeing the progress. Every day.
I know it's only been a week and 1 day in pads, but what have you seen from Keona Davis?
Just big, strong guy. He's just real aggressive. That's what I can say about him. He's just real aggressive.
What have you seen from the offensive line? Obviously, a lot of turnover there from you guys had the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's good battling with them, especially inside run and things like that. I think we're gonna be good at all cylinders.
Most importantly, who's replacing Inez's trash talk?
No one right now, probably. Yeah, no one right now.
Who on the D-line is the guy who's holding everyone else accountable?
I'm kind of trying to do that myself with help of kind of really it's just me, Mondo, Keese, basically all the older guys, Damon, Ahmad, just everybody who's been here already. So we all kind of coming together, just to push this team, push this D-line.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You played a little running back in high school, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever walk by Dawson and tell him short yardage, man, you here for him?
Yeah, I tell him every day, running back, tight end, anything, I'm ready for it. Yeah.
You got tight end too?
Yeah, I can go out there, catch a pass. Yeah.
You guys are replacing a couple of really good players in Ruben and Akeem. What's it like for you guys? Are you accepting the challenge and their work ethic and the success they had? How has that impacted you here as you move forward in your career?
Well, being under guys like Ruben and Akeem, we kind of like got the set for the standard, what the work ethic is, and it's a new year. So all the guys in the D-line room, we just been competing, trying to get better, looking at it like one day at a time.
What's that competition like? Obviously, there's spots to fill. I'm sure everyone's competing for it. Just what's that competition like for you guys?
Well, in spring, it's really mainly just getting better. Everybody focusing on learning the new playbook because we got some younger guys, new guys. Everybody just been competing, working on getting better, and as a team, as a whole.
Have you seen Marquise kind of grow over the last couple of years? Like, he's obviously playing a bigger and bigger role. How's he grown?
I'll say that we have been through this journey together because we came in around the same time. I watched both of us improve. We still got things to work on. We just been focusing on getting better in the spring and just focusing on little things like run details, pass details, just getting better in everything, learning football, becoming one with the game.
This year, there's going to be more pressure on you. You gotta step up and be the guy now. You're one of the, I guess, older players. How do you process that? How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I just been focusing on spring, like just what I can do and control right now, get better right now. That's been my main focus, just get better in every way possible I can. So by the time the season come, it'll be like, okay, I've been only thinking about spring, fall, and just when the season come, it'll be here.
And what do you think? I know, like your freshman year. I mean, obviously you skipped a grade until like you're early, but like played a little bit, and then last year got in the field a bit more. Just what do you feel like you learned over the course of last season?
Well, I would say I learned so much with football, just becoming a football guy, learning how to read offenses, knowing when it's a pass, knowing when it's a run, little details like the running back depth and things like that. I've been becoming a student of the game in my past 3 years, I would say.
How do you feel about, now that it's later, coming in early the way you did? It's a tough thing to do as a defensive lineman, just kind of skip a year, come in early. How do you feel about all that now that it's later?
Well, I feel that my body kind of is getting adjusted now that I'm on my 3rd year. And I never really looked at it like I was a younger guy, because when you're in college, everybody just looked at me like I was another one of the guys. They never treated me like I was a younger guy. I always got held to the same standard, can't be late, have to do everything like everyone else. So I never considered myself a younger guy coming in.
And just what have you noticed about Damon Wilson since he's arrived on campus?
Everybody competing. That's what I like about the whole D-line group. Even our younger guys, we have some guys that everybody is competing. Like, since everybody got on campus, since he been on campus, we just been working, getting each other better, critiquing each other, and just competing.
Everybody talks about Mesidor and Bain leaving, but you had to pick up something from those guys. You played with Bain for a while. Like, what did you pick up from Mesidor and Bain? Was there things you learned from him?
Practice habits. One thing I would say, practicing with them guys, every day is relentless. Every day is like you gotta leave all your energy on the field. Like coming from practice, no matter if you're getting better or not, we'll be dead tired at the end. And I would say that's how it is with all of the younger guys. We showing them the standard of Miami, because now it's not just certain guys that will do it, it's a standard at Miami.
How much have you gone against like Max Buchanan in practice? The offensive lineman, Max Buchanan.
Well, I don't count who the reps go against. Everyone get the same type of intensity. It's been like the same with everybody. Everybody been competing, honestly.
How is the new offensive line looking in practice?
Same. I'll say that the guys, the work ethic, how practice is, everybody competing real hard, like real hard.
What about Jackson Cantwell? Have you gone against him yet?
I've been against everybody. I don't really.
What do you think? What do you think of him? As just as big as he is.
I like all our guys. I feel like with Coach Mirabal, he gonna get all of our O-line right. So we gonna have some great guys at O-line.
I know you can't touch the quarterbacks really, but Darian Mentz's pocket presence. Is he slippery in the pocket? Is he hard to?
We don't get nowhere near the quarterback, so I can't tell you that. And touching the quarterback is like a no-no, so we don't even get into it with the quarterbacks.
Chase, it's been a pretty long journey for you, but what was last year like, getting consistent playing time, getting to show what you can do, and now having this year to build on that?
We got a few things to build off, but really our main focus is really getting better each and every day this year, and we genuinely feel like we haven't accomplished nothing. It's a full reset, and we're trying to get right back to where we were.
For you personally, what was last year like to finally get on the field consistently and be able to show what you can provide?
It was good getting the experience, and it's got to translate into this year, going and making sure we have a good start of this spring and make sure we finish out strong for the spring, preparing for the fall.
After the journey that you went through, describe the feeling of being healthy now and being a quality, productive football player.
It feels amazing. Getting over that hump and being able to actually produce and be with my guys each and every day has been a blessing for sure. I'm just glad to be out there for sure.
How much were you tested by those few years where you had to go through all that?
It builds a lot of resiliency, and it allows you to really learn and sit back and kind of just take in what you need to work on and what has brought other people success, and just kind of building off that. So it's been a real big benefit. At the same time, it's been a really good, hard experience to get over a hump like that.
What do you think? I mean, obviously, this is your second year now working with Coach Heatherman at linebackers and everything. What did you learn, I guess, about him the most? Maybe his style of coaching, kind of through that first year, and are things kind of, I don't know, easier, smoother now that it's year two one with him?
He's very, very thorough in his process, and it's amazing to see him like build off of what we've created just in 1 year, and it's amazing to see like the progression in our defense, and that's why we're just trying to work on the smallest details. We had a full reset, and we're just going right back to zero, and making sure we build from there.
Is there anything that maybe he did last year, like last spring, a year ago, where you're like, huh, that's surprising, or that kind of took you off guard, and now you're just like, oh, that's just Coach Heatherman?
Yeah, it just kind of details. Like some of the things you're like, oh, okay, well, did that, but you got to do it better. You feel me? So just details and doing everything the right way, for sure.
Just what are your thoughts on the linebacker core overall? Obviously, you and Mo are both back, and then have a few guys behind you guys don't have as much experience, but you can see some of the talent that could be growing back there.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of experience in the room, and we also have 2 young guys that came in, and we're making sure we kind of get them on the same page, and they're coming along really fast because they have that to build off of, for sure.
What stood out about Mo Torrey and what he was able to do last season?
Hey, Mo has been a very, very, very huge asset, and not only being on the field, but off the field, just showing people the right thing to do, life-wise, and just in the school, in the classroom. It's been good.
What's it been like going against the offense this week? Different, new group,
Yeah.
right? Just how have they challenged you guys? What's impressed you about what they do?
It's interesting to see the talent and the speed and just the immediate connection and chemistry that they have, although some of the guys haven't played together much, but it's growing exponentially, so it's good.
Along those lines, you've been here for a while now. How have you seen the roster grow in that regard in your time in Miami?
Improvements all across, for sure. And it's just been fine-tuning and making sure we get the right guys and the guys that care, for sure.
Chase, along your journey, who were some of the people in your life that were very instrumental in keeping you going on throughout this whole journey of coming back and being healthy?
It's been a lot of people, for sure. I will say Heatherman really primarily has really got my mind and my mental fine-tuned into this, so it's been a good process coming along with him, and really just the injury aspect of it, he kept me locked in even when I wasn't fully ready yet. He kept me locked in the off-season, making sure I getting everything done, all my plays in, coming in, meeting extra time, and he's been a real impact as far as my progression as a player.
So yeah, just week into spring practice, how do you feel like the DB room is performing so far?
We've been making progress, but it's a lot of room for improvement, and we're looking to get better.
Yeah, I know. When we were watching the first day of practice, you were able to lock down Cooper Barkane a little bit. Just what's it been like going against him, and what have you seen from him?
He's a great guy. He's twitchy, great routes. He has knowledge of the game. Like he's a great dude. But all the receivers, they're all working. Working at their craft. Even you might see them tomorrow in the facility, but they're just working to get better, and we just competing.
Now that you're a year older, how different does it feel? How much better do you feel you are?
I feel pretty good, but I still gotta improve as a player mentally and physically. But I'm just trying to slow the game down as much as I can.
I remember last year, one of the biggest things that Coach Heatherman was preaching was just communication, with the whole defense. Now that, he's been here another year, a lot of guys who transferred in, you and Ethan and a whole bunch of other guys who transferred in have been here a year already. Do you feel like you guys are starting from a higher level this spring than you were, a year ago?
I would say yes, because the jump we took from last year, but we hit the reset button, and we're just trying to, work on our craft like we've start from zero and work our way up to 100.
What point last year do you think you guys got to a good level communication wise? Was it spring, fall, a couple weeks in? When did you guys feel like you were at a good spot?
That's really stuff off the field, just coming in extra and just DBs working with D linemen or working with linebackers, going over the film and what to say to this call or that call in certain formations, but that's really what stood out. So it really wasn't a certain point because we was always working at it.
Which coach are you guys working with now, position group meetings wise? Is it Coach Harris working with all the DBs, or is it Coach Jefferson? How's that breaking down?
It's been split up. They move around a lot. I mean, we're tied in together. We're a group of defensive backs, so we all got to be on one accord. So they be with everybody. Yeah.
I know you're not always working in the same group as him, but what have you seen from JJ Dunnigan? Like, you know, he's been getting a lot of praise the first week of camp and stuff.
He's a great kid. He's smart. You know, he has the size and the physicality, everything, every trait you can want. You got to slow the game down. But all the DBs, you know, they're coming in. They're young. They have a bunch of raw talent. You know, everybody. It seems like now that I look at it, they're bigger than we were back then. You know, but it's a great group of guys, and they're improving day by day.
Is there another freshman who's kind of stood out to you?
All of them. Yeah, all of them.
How's it been going against Darian Minster? Tell us a little bit about him facing him.
You know, he's an experienced quarterback. So he might. I'm pretty sure he knows what you're doing half the time, but he's very smart, makes great throws, very accurate. But he's a pretty humble, great guy. I like being around him.
What about the same kind of question I asked at the freshman with Omar Thornton? I think he's the only transfer DB that's off the top of my head. Just what's he like, and what skill set does he have?
You know, Omar, he's quiet, you know, but on the field it's a different story. You've seen the film, just turn it on and he can play.
You played with him at Heritage, right?
Yes, sir.
What was he like in high school, and how has he grown since then?
He's the same way. It's high motor, love to hit, can cover. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all.